Hey kids, up next we got a brand new episode of Cheap Seats from our current 4th season. Tonight we turn our snarky gaze towards the worlds of competitive juggling and ultimate Frisbee. The fact that either of these sports ever appeared on ESPN serves as a stark reminder that there was once a time when ESPN did not have contracts with the NFL, MLB, NBA, or the NHL. It's our sport or hobby episode, and it flies in your face next on Classic. Here's one hint, people. Keep your eyes on the balls at all time.
Cheap Seats! Listen to this rocking song. It's 27 seconds long. This is our new Cheap Seats theme. Season 4, we have a dream to teach the children how to laugh with the help of our great staff. Going farther than Ron Parker. Comedy was never darker. This ain't no time to be a slouch. Join the boys here on the couch. They'll take you on a nasty ride. Deep in the vaults of U.S. pride. Cheap Seats! Doing it! USA! America!
Hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Seats. Today we'll be looking at an Ultimate Frisbee Championship match from 1989 and the 2004 World Juggling Championships. I can't believe they have a championship of juggling. Anybody can juggle. Even I can juggle. Dude! That was ESPN's only footage of Lou Gehrig's final game. So there's a backup. Lou Gehrig's final game backup copy. See? There's a backup. So I don't know why you're freaking out. The theme for today's show is sport or hobby. We're going to spend the next half hour watching juggling and ultimate Frisbee tournaments, all in an effort to determine whether these events are sports or hobbies. It's a difficult debate with many nuances and variables, so the answer won't be easy to come by. The truth is, nobody can really say for sure whether these events are in fact sports or hobbies. So the first hobby we're going to watch is juggling. Let's head out to Las Vegas, ball juggling capital of the world. Really? I thought it was the Castro. When the product's weak, overproduce. Hen, where's Teller? Home, silently thanking Jesus that he wasn't asked to co-host.
Today we're going to be showing you the very best from the advanced ball competition.
Advanced balls. Translation, shriveled.
And joining me again is one of the world's smartest men when it comes to juggling.
That might be the most backhanded compliment ever. It's like saying, today I'm joined by one of the world's tallest men when it comes to midgets.
Garfield from Los Angeles.
I hear Jason is pretty modest.
I'm the best juggler here.
But as a human being, I'm clearly the worst.
If you exclude me and say maybe you're not, and perhaps you might want to pick somebody else.
Something Jason's heard more than a few times on J-Day.
Jugglers that I would consider to be the best here based on what prop category we're talking about. So, say in the ball category, if we're not saying me,
we're not.
There would be.
He's gonna say him.
No, it's me. In the balls, it's me.
Yep. Nobody handles balls like you, Garfield.
Mainly in competition is that it's. You know, some people say, you know, it's like meditation, be one with the objects. No, it's you against them. It's a war.
It's about spreading freedom through the balls.
And you're constantly trying to keep them from doing what they want to do. So they're trying to get you. And
they're trying to get you? The balls are? Have you heard of Haldol?
Which they've had more experience with. So I'm trying to do something unnatural, and they don't
like hair extensions.
They're very upset about it. So when I actually do pull off a routine with some level of success, it's a triumph, and I'm
because I'm awesome at juggling.
We're basically fighting, and the fight is over. And
anyone else want to check his freezer for body parts?
Now this whole routine has a start value of 10, mainly
end value. Priceless.
Which get you connection bonus points. And he has some...
We hate you, Jason. Your bald head mocks us. This is a war you can't win. A war of gravity.
Now this combination coming up gets Jason bonus points up the yin-yang.
Probably not the best place to store your bonus points.
360 and then back into a 3F360. Perfect. It's a total of 0.5.
Is it wrong for me to want him to screw up?
Points on this.
Oops. Yes! His balls dropped. In related news, Ryan Seacrest is still waiting.
We will kill you, Jason!
Yes!
That would be an E-level move if he pulls it off.
I thought you had to be a Scientologist to reach level E.
Wow.
Man, he can really bend over to catch those balls. I feel like he works out too much for this sport. No, it seems about right.
And behind the back at the same time. Most of you can't even stand in that position.
I thought he was going to say most of you can't even stand Jason. And he would have been right. Are they playing the music out of a clock radio?
So now this is a very complicated shower routine.
Complicated shower routine? It's lather, rinse, repeat. Really not that complicated. They don't do the complicated shower routine in France. Why? Because it's complicated.
And there's a shower under a shower under a shower.
It's like an MC Escher drawing, only more hateful.
I want to point out again that his arms do not have to be that big to do these tricks.
But apparently his ego does.
And I'll tell you, even Jason.
What? He's still going? I thought this was a competition, as in competitors, plural.
A little trouble with 7 here.
Yeah, take that, balls. Worst machismo ever.
Touch them a second longer.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that Jason Garfield is single, just like I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that he's bald. Fortunately, we're here to help him with both of those things, except for the baldness. But the being single thing, that's right in our wheelhouse, because Randy and I have started our very own dating service, Cheap Dates. And we've taken the liberty of creating a video profile for you, Jason Garfield. Ladies, take a look and tell me that you wouldn't want to start shopping for rings with this guy. Not juggling rings, rings, you know, to get engaged. Just take a look.
It's you against them. It's a war. They're constantly trying to beat you. So I'm trying to do something unnatural, and they don't really understand it, but they're very upset about it. And you're trying to keep them from doing what's natural, which is just letting gravity bring them to the ground, which they've had more experience with. It's a triumph, and I'm done with them. You know, we're not getting along. We're basically fighting, and the fight is over, and now get out of here.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cheap Seats. It's our sport or hobby episode, and we're currently in the middle of the 2004 World Juggling Championships, hosted by Penn Jillette. I know he's a magic guy, but how did he get this gig? I'm glad you asked. It's an interesting story. Penn went in for an audition at the WJF and said, I have got a great act for you. And the auditioner said, what is it? And Penn said, well, I come out with my family and start juggling bowling pins, which my wife promptly lights on fire. Then my daughter on the floor. My son, without missing a beat, picks up and starts juggling and then tosses the to me, which I proceed to juggle at the same time as the flaming bowling pins. Then my wife, who at this point has also grabs the flaming bowling pins from me and starts while my son, hands still in his own, thereby dousing the flames. And then the auditioner says, wow, that's some act. What do you call it? And Penn said, what, the Aristocrats? No, the Gillette Family Jamboree. What? Okay, you clearly don't get the joke. Let's just get back to the juggling.
In an attempt to get Jason to talk about someone other than himself,
we declined to interview him.
Favorite in this event.
Yep, gravity's working, just like I told it to.
He doesn't do balls and clubs, and that's something...
Because he doesn't have to.
I'm doing all 3 events. I'm doing Ironman.
Jason's a 5-tool juggler. Well, you got the tool part right.
5 club moves, 7 ball moves, 7 ring moves. I'm doing everything.
Except being modest.
Because what you have in this combination of failure is not only the failure, but it's the pain associated with the failure.
And the failure associated with the inability to cope with the pain associated with the failure.
Not only have you basically broken or split your fingernail in half, which...
I had no idea the guy from Anthrax juggled. Neither did he.
It's basically like you're shooting a free throw, and then you miss, and someone punches you right in the nose.
Which, incidentally, would get you back to the line shooting 2. And is that really a failure?
Can't you just, you know, or punch me in the nose and let me get the trick?
I'm down with that. Okay, believe it or not, this is where he starts to get crazy.
They're not punished. And if you just pick up an object and do it again, they think, oh, I can just do that as long as I want. And they do. You take a club, you throw it against the wall, you break it, it'll never do that again.
Because it's broken.
I don't think anybody else here is doing everything. So they won't lose as much as me, but they're not trying as much as me.
3 at 360 right into overhead throws, and he executed it flawlessly.
Just like his ex-girlfriend.
The most. I have seen him throw a ring against the wall and shatter it to pieces.
But in his defense, that ring was kind of asking for it.
He really does not get along.
Yes!
Oops. Having
Tannenbaum kids.
No, they did not go okay. I was fine. They were acting up, and they've reached the point where they don't care anymore. People watching, not watching, private, public, doesn't matter. They're insane.
Well, they learn from the best. Han doing his best teller.
Oh, you know, it's interesting, very interesting for me, because in Russia,
Only rings we have are rings around Thailand.
I've never seen people from outside the circus are doing this for fun. Maybe few.
But they were quickly shipped off to Siberia.
When I first came to the States, I was shocked because they had juggler stores and magazines,
Sergey, jugs isn't about juggling.
You don't have buttons to push and make it like magicians,
I wouldn't diss magic in front of Penn Jillette. He'll cut your Russian butt in half.
No, I don't have a secret, so it just...
Well, at least not pertaining to juggling.
And years of practice,
Transition for Sergey. 2 5-up 360s in a row.
He's the Sultan of Circles, the Russian ringmaster, or the Duke of the Drop. In Russia, when you drop ring, you don't see family for 9 months. What a country.
Entire routine referred to.
What do you think Sergey's favorite movie is? The Ring. I would have gone with Moscow on the Hudson.
Again, trying really hard not to smile and pose. And then...
I'll take that, and oh. He can juggle 7 rings at a time, but when he gets 1 ring thrown to him, he drops it. It's like rain on your wedding day. How much you want to bet he's doing all this for Sharapova? Sadly, she's a mountain he'll never climb.
And there you have it, the best ring.
Name double finger salute in 3, 2, thank you.
Maybe Jason laughed.
Sup, ladies? Now, Phil, let me. All right. Take off the glasses.
No.
Phil? All right. Oh, my Lord and Taylor. Did Jason Garfield hit you?
No, I fell, I swear.
Now, come on. When you lie like that,
Okay,
that's
I'm
like
really not lying,
fishing
though.
for crawdads with a wire hanger and a rabbit's foot. In the end, you're gonna wind up with a whole mess of wet, smelly fur.
All right, no, I see your point. Okay.
Welcome back. We just finished watching the 2004 World Juggling Championship, and I have to say I was a little bit surprised. At Jason Garfield's misplaced bravado? No, at the fact that no one laid out a hat for donations after their act. It was like they were in the greatest street performer environment ever, and they didn't even care.
Just the facts. Do you care?
Do you care that Jason Garfield started juggling at age 11 and 2 years later he won the Junior Juggling Championship? Do you care that Tomas Dietz holds the world record for juggling a 5-club cascade for 53 minutes and 21 seconds? Do you care that Sergei Ignatov Jr. comes from a long line of jugglers in his family going back at least 4 generations? Wow, Sergei's life is a sitcom just waiting to be written. Yes, and it shall be called Balls in the Family. I believe Sally Struthers is available. I believe you're right. Now let's shift gears and check out another sport that only matters to the people who play it. Ultimate Frisbee.
Go out there. They're intense.
Dave, you're sitting on the Casio. Dave!
And not surprisingly, they're all New Yorkers.
Mustache! No mustache! Mustache! No mustache! Mustache! No mustache!
These stockbrokers and students, factory workers and field reps all play an obscure...
This is like that day in Massachusetts when everyone got married.
And yet, they're as driven as any major league star.
This looks like one of those UFO videos, if it was scored by Loverboy. And taken from a different throw. This music's even beneath the Pointer Sisters.
Ultimate Frisbee. It combines the flashing feet of soccer, the driving passes of football, the fluid moves of basketball,
And the fans of none of them.
3 sports. 2 7-man teams battle it out
Their girlfriends are so bored right now.
until the Frisbee is caught in the opponent's end zone.
Frisbee!
Right now, when people think of Frisbee, they think of the beach, they think of a dog.
You know, fun things.
Think of ultimate.
At 26, Ken Dobbins is considered one of the best players in the game today.
And one of the best dressed. He cut that t-shirt himself, you know.
Championship, which they won back in 1987.
And most of them haven't showered since.
They are the New York Ultimate, shaped by
You can't name your team after the name of the sport. That's like the Red Sox calling themselves the Boston Baseball.
People who...
Crazy. Okay, what do you think SOD stands for? Strikingly overdramatic?
choosing to live here and work here are people who can take a lot of grief, can take a lot of...
Whoa, language. Shouldn't you be on your ultimate best behavior?
We know we're the best, and we know we can make it in the toughest city and in the toughest game, and that's why we're together.
The toughest game? Anything a dog on a beach can do isn't a hard game.
Great deal. Leading up to nationals. At this point, we really realize it comes down to one weekend for the whole year.
Frisbee!
So winning means we...
Frisbee! 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 Hey, Frisbee! Hey, Frisbee! Don't touch me there.
What matters is nationals that weekend, and that's what we're gearing up for. We win that weekend, we succeeded. We lose, we failed.
In life.
There's no coddling for ultimate players. No
And they
outside
said this sport had no glamour.
no glory. The team makes its way to practice.
There's nothing scarier than running into a gang of ultimate Frisbee guys on the F train. Yeah, hold on to your wallet, because they will toss it around.
Shop top.
Put one up deep to Jay, and he threw it so low.
Next stop, Lexington Avenue. Lexington Avenue is next. Also, could the dudes talking about the Frisbees please shut the hell up? You're very annoying. Thank you.
Now, we're focusing on the game 7 days a week.
And their families couldn't be happier.
That focus, or we'll lose concentration and our performance will suffer.
That's how you fake cut. It's not a game out here. This is your life.
I thought Ultimate Frisbee was a game.
I think reflects our dedication to the sport. It basically states the things in our lives in order of importance.
This should be good.
Ultimate, God, family, job, girlfriend. Though for me it would be ultimate girlfriend, family, job, God.
Well, I can't argue with those priorities. Oh, wait. Yes, I can. They're ridiculous. Door, door, door. Slow down, Dobbins. This isn't a ride in a minivan here. This is your life. Until you think of yourself as the ultimate Frisbee, you're just gonna be a Frisbee.
Oh, no, you're right.
If you take the isb out of Frisbee, you have free. You need to free yourself from the isb that isb Ken Dobbins.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but it's just that without the is, there's no free either, yeah? You see, guys, I'm a Frisbee. I'm meant to be tossed around by overly aggressive men on the weekends.
See, no, you're not. See, now Dobbins tosses you because you allow yourself to get tossed. You need to take control of your own flight path, Frisbee. Now, have you heard of Match.com?
No.
Do you own a computer?
No.
Now, see, we're not getting anywhere. Are you listening to me right now?
Hey, how'd a fat guy write a diet book anyway?
Your inability to listen to him. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Cheap Seats. Now, I gotta say, I never thought we'd ever see someone who needed more help meeting women than Jason Garfield. And then we met Ken Dobbins. Good news, Kenny. Your Cheap Dates dating profile is finished, and I think you're gonna like it. Ladies, get ready to meet the ultimate catch, Ken Dobbins.
And that's what we're gearing up for. We win that weekend, we succeeded. We lose, we failed. Though for me it would be ultimate girlfriend, family, job, God. They think of the beach, they think of a dog. I'd like them to think of ultimate.
Play hard. We play it.
Looks like Brian didn't get the scuba helmet t-shirt memo. Come on, Brian, this is your life.
It's FCU, I see you.
FCU, I see you. What the hell does that mean? Florida Central University Intensive Care Unit, duh. Why are they screaming back sores?
New York Ultimate reaches the semifinals.
Dobbins, always the professional.
Arch rivals, the Boston Titanic.
Who narrowly beat the Phoenix Hindenburg.
In this close game, all the players give every ounce of effort.
Making up a
But
pint.
for the Ultimate boys
When
from
does the
Manhattan,
Air and Space Museum open?
to give 1 ounce more.
I play the game with a certain reckless abandon. I always have.
Who is talking? The woman in the visor.
For my body when I play. Maybe that's true. Really, I just play all out, all the time.
Well, you should. I mean, it's FCU, it's ICU.
A grueling game pays off with Ultimate sinking the Titanic 20.
And that's not belittling the tragedy at all.
National title seems
It's FCU, it's ICU.
But as far as Dobbins is concerned, they're not even in the neighborhood yet.
What neighborhood? The Castro.
We didn't come this far to be happy now. I see anybody on my team smile, and I know they don't know what it takes.
God, I wish he was my dad.
The team that wins that game, it's going to be very, very tough. If we don't have the right head, we won't take it.
I'd say at this point, it's too late.
That's the way it's gotta be.
Not a chance you're winning if this guy's on your squad. When I grow up, I'm gonna make no money playing Frisbee, just like Ken Dobbins.
The finals. New York in blue faces the skilled and powerful Tsunami from Oakland, California.
They're joking, right? Do they just read the paper and look for tragedies so they can try out the names? Why are they all named after tragedies? It's not a sport, Jay. It's your life.
It's a replay of last year. It was Tsunami that crushed them at this same
Shouldn't he have said the tsunami washed them away or something? That's a missed opportunity.
Dobbins is out for blood.
Pressure, pressure, pressure! Well, these guys knocked us out last year. In a game we should have won, we choked it away.
Sprewell was on the team?
Us in 85 on this very site.
Frisbee!
There are a lot of scores to settle here.
Did he just say scores to settle? Oh, yeah. You feeling it, Jay? Yeah, I'm feeling it. Frisbee montage, yo! Frisbee! Now I'm catching the Frisbee. Frisbee! I just threw you the Frisbee. Frisbee! Now I'm spiking the Frisbee tonight. Frisbee!
This time around, everything clicks. It seems there's no stopping New York Oakland.
Except their lack of employment.
Playing as a cohesive unit, it's a power.
That's how you fake throw, guys.
There's a sense of being, the team being greater than the sum of its parts. You really seem invincible.
You get the feeling that Ken wasn't told no enough as a kid. And up the ladder, and Frisbee tonight! Worst catch ever. I hate this stupid Frisbee! They should end the montage with a freeze frame right here. Or...
The title is theirs.
Nerds!
The national champs. And Kenny Dobbins can finally rest.
In peace. Wow, that was uncomfortable. Well, that's our show. Now, to answer the question whether or not Frisbee and juggling are sports or hobbies, they're neither. They're your life. I would go so far as to say they're FCU, they're ICU. And I would go so far as to say that it's cheapy time. Cheapy for most tragic ultimate Frisbee team name. Sorry, Boston Titanic. I'm gonna have to go with the California team name Tsunami. In the history of tragic team names, that one's right up there with the Carolina Hurricanes or the Utah Jazz. Cheapy for dropping the ball. I'm giving this one to Teller for not showing up and helping out Penn. The poor big fella had to endure Jason Garfield. Oh, and juggling. Nobody should have to endure all of that without a mute sidekick to turn to for support. Nobody. Well, that's pretty much it. And you know, I'd love to know what happened to Ken Dobbins.
I can tell you.
God?
That's right.
What's up, God?
Nothing.
That's cool. So, God, what happened to Ken Dobbins?
Well, I can tell you this. He shouldn't have put me last on that list.
Really? What'd you do to him?
After they won, I struck him with lightning.
Whoa, dude. That is a little bit harsh.
Hey, it's FCU, it's ICU.
You know, people keep saying that. What does that mean?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Actually, yeah, we would like to know.
Oh, sure. It means it's Frisbee Champions Unite or it's go to the ICU.
Oh, that makes sense. Thanks, God.
Love the show, by the way. 95 Spelling Bee was hilarious.
Oh, thanks a lot. Well, we love breathing.
All right, then. Late.
Did God just say late? I think he did. Wow. Man is up on lingo. He's hip. I don't even think he's a man. He's hip. Where does he learn it? He's hip. He's hip.
It's not a game out here. This is your life.